Hey again, this is Matt with eSigAdvanced.com. Today we're taking a look at the BAM from Sigtex. So what is the BAM? The BAM is a mechanical tube mod. It's very large. It's very, very well machined. It's got a very nice sturdy button. It does have a fuse that's in the switch. It's rated at 4.7 amps. If it hits 4.7 amps for greater than 5 seconds, the fuse trips. It is a resettable fuse, so all you have to do is take it apart, put it back together, and you're good to go again. That's just a built-in safety protection. Also has a good vent hole, and we'll do some close-up shots here. The neat thing about this device, being mechanical, it will accept a kick, and you can also use multiple battery configurations. Okay, so here's what we have. We have the BAM, and it comes with the device itself. And as you can see, it's very, very well machined. There is a seam, but you can barely see it, and this is where the device screws apart. And then when you look inside of it, there's the inside of the tube. It has a nice big spring in there, and then here's the top piece. You also get a plastic tube that fits inside of this, and you also get a metal ring that fits on top of that. You can use this in a couple different ways. First way, you can use this device with an 18650 battery. This is an AWIMR. Fits in there and then screws down. And then you can use it as a 3.7 volt device with an 18650. Gives similar performance as anything else that uses that battery that's mechanical. Another way you can use it, removing the ring, removing the battery, removing this tube, is to use a 26650 battery. This is a 4000 mAh 3.7 volt battery, and that just fits in there, and you screw it down. Now the advantage of having a battery this large, it lasts literally for days. Before the battery gets to where it's about unusable, you can go about 48 hours with a 2.5 ohm cartomizer on there. I was getting about 48 hours, or for me that's about 2.5 days because I never sleep. But can go a long time with good performance until it starts to get to where it doesn't satisfy anymore and you have to charge the battery. It is very heavy with this battery, so that's something you need to keep in mind. However, it is very comfortable to hold. You have a 510 native connection. There's no drip well, but it is a little bit concave here, so it'll kind of catch juice. And then of course you have a vent hole here. The last way you can use this, and this is the way that I prefer, is to use a 26500 battery, and this is a 3000 mAh battery. And then using your metal ring and a kick, I have mine set to 8.5 watts. You put the kick in the metal ring on top of the device, and it's a little tricky to get it on there, but and then you screw that down. And now you have a variable wattage tube mod with a very large battery capacity. Using the kick, I can usually go a day and a half at my vape pace, and again, my days are sometimes 18 to 20 hours long, so that's quite a bit of time with that battery. So performance-wise, this is great. The kick gives you variable wattage. The battery gives you a huge capacity to go, more than a day. So if you're going out and you only want to take one thing with you, this is a good choice because you're not going to run out of battery. And with that kick, it's going to keep that performance wherever you set it up to 10 watts. So those are the ways you can use the device in the different battery configurations. Again, 18650 with the sleeves, a 26650 as a unregulated 3.7 volt device, or with a 26500 with a kick. So eSigAdvanced purchased this a few weeks ago for me to review it, and I tell you, I really, really liked it. I love the extended battery time. I love the fit and finish of this. It's so well machined. It's good and hefty. It fits my hand very well. I realize it's not going to be for everybody because it is very large. But personally, I really like it, and I love it that I can get good battery life with a kick. I liked it so much because the things that I review for eSig Advanced I don't get to keep. I went out and bought one, but when I went to SigTech's site, they now have the 2.0, and this is the BAM 2.0. Right now it comes in black. I do believe they're out of stock as of shooting of this video. It's essentially the same thing. It still has the 4.7 amp limit. It's anodized black. It's got a black button. The connection's the same. Still has the vent hole in the bottom. Still takes the same batteries. The big difference is how the kick is used. Where the original BAM uses this aluminum kick ring and it just sits on top of your battery or battery tube, the BAM 2.0 utilizes a threaded kick ring. This takes care of that ever so often, and here's the threaded kick ring. You can see it's basically the same thing, but it's got some threads here, and then inside this cap there are threads as well. You just line it up, and you thread it in there and it stays. So then you can just take your kick, place your kick in there. So that is going to make a good ground, and it's not going to wobble around because it's anchored by the screws. So unlike this one where it just sits in there and there's a possibility that it can wobble out of place or something like that, although it never really happened to me, it's a possibility. This one is more stable. So you just take your 26500 battery, you thread your top cap back on there, and you're good to go. For me, it's a tremendous improvement over the original, just because I like to use the kick, and it just makes using the kick that much easier. Like the original BAM, the finish on this is superb. The machining is excellent. You can't even tell where the seam is, where the device actually does come apart. It's got some finger grooves in it, so again, it's got some heft to it. It's anodized aluminum, still has your vent hole, still has a 510 connection. I like it, it works great. So this is kind of like a dual review. You have the original BAM, and now you have the BAM 2.0. Same price, they're $119.99 from sigtex.com. And the only difference is this has the threaded kick sleeve, which makes using the kick easier, and it's black. eSig Advanced will be giving away on our store the original BAM, which is still an excellent mod. I did like it. I liked it so much that I actually went out and bought one of my own, and it vapes great. In 3.7 volt unregulated, it vapes like a 3.7 unregulated mod. Only difference is you're going to get a ton of battery life out of a 26650. With the kick and a 26500, you're going to get the performance of a kick without sacrificing vape time, because you've got a 3000 mAh battery in there, and you know it's going to last a long time. So I really like it. I recommend it. It's a great device. Again, this is Matt with esigadvanced.com. Please be sure to check out our website at esigadvanced.com, our forums at esigadvanced.com/forums, and be sure to check out our Vape for Free, where you can earn devices like the BAM and other mods, batteries, atomizers, and juice, just for participation on our forum. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you again soon.